Today we're talking if it's still possible to make a decent amount of money from stock photography if you're just starting now in 2021, and also I'll give you some tips and tricks that will help you to get started. Hey guys, welcome! It's nice to see you in 2021, and even though 2020 was a great year for me personally, I'm glad it's finally over because it was a little bit weird year and also bad for a lot of people, so I hope things will normalize a little bit in 2021. And of course, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, my name is Luca. I'm a stock photographer, videographer, and I'm making videos about stock photography and videography, gear, so if you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel. So, I got this question quite a lot. Is it too late to start with stock photography? And the answer is no, definitely not. And let me tell you why, and also stay with me so you'll hear what I would do if I started right now, and also watch till the end to hear about my special bonus tip. I've been shooting stock photos and videos for 10 years now, and if I would listen to all those people who were saying that it's not possible to do it anymore, that you can only make a little bit of money and that you can't turn it into a profitable full-time business, I would still be working in that waterbed company where I worked before for not very good salary. But because I didn't listen to all those negative people and instead I found people who are doing stock photography for a living already and listen to those people, now I make a decent amount of money so I can travel, buy new cameras and other gear, and in the end of the month I don't have to worry about balance on my bank account. And I think you can do it too, even if you're starting in 2021. But let me tell you where the catch is. You just have to treat it like any other business. So, in the beginning, you have to invest some time and money into it, and you have to be consistent. You have to show up every day and work on it, like you would if you opened a store or a cafe. Obviously, you have more flexibility with stock photography, and also investments are a lot smaller, but you can just shoot and upload 100 images and then wait for a couple of months. That way you'll never turn it into a profitable business. You just have to shoot, upload and repeat as much as you can. And you need to be prepared that you probably won't get anything in return in the first year or maybe even more. Well, obviously there will be some sales, but you won't make much money right in the beginning. And that's probably why a lot of people give up and quit. And those are probably the people who are telling you that it's not worth it and that you'll never earn money with stock photography. But don't listen to them. I also didn't have many people around me who believed in me that I could turn this into a full-time business, but I proved them wrong. And now some people who were making fun of me because I was selling images for 10 or 20 cents are also stock photographers, and they just regret that they didn't start earlier. Also, you have to be prepared to learn a lot, even if you're a photographer already, about legal stuff, what you can and what you can't shoot, when you need model or property releases, about trends, topics that sell, and similar stuff. Okay, let me tell you how I would approach it if I started right now and give you some tips. First thing, make a plan. If you want to get seriously into stock photography, you don't want to upload a few photos every here and there, but you need a plan and you need to stick to it. When you do a plan, you're already ahead of 80% of people who are uploading to stock sites, so plan as much as you can. And let me tell you what this plan should consist of, or how I think you should do it. First, I think you should decide how much time you're willing to put into this stock photography business and decide what hours you'll work on it. For example, when I started to upload regularly, I had a job at this waterbed company, so I was usually working from 8 AM to 4 PM. So I was waking up every day at 6 a.m. or even before that, so I could process and upload some images before going to work. And then in the afternoon or in the evening, I was working another 2, 3 or even 5 hours on my stock images, because I just believed that I could do this full time. Of course, I skipped some days, but most of the days I was working in the morning and in the afternoon. And of course, if we planned the shoot, we usually did it on the weekend, because obviously that was the only free time that I had. Okay, next thing, you need to decide which agencies you'll upload your images to. That can be a very easy or very hard decision. I personally only upload images to iStock and I'm an exclusive contributor there. But you can also decide to upload to multiple stock sites. I have a video about exclusivity on iStock, so you can check it out to learn about pros and cons of being an exclusive or non-exclusive contributor, and why I like to be an exclusive contributor. I will link it up here and also down in description. But if you decide to upload to multiple agencies, start with no more than 3. I would suggest iStock, Shutterstock and Adobe stock. And that's it, because for each agency you'll have to learn about uploading process, keywording, rejections, and I think 3 sites are more than enough in the beginning. Obviously you'll have to sign up, create an account, and on most sites upload a few sample images to be approved. And after that you can start. You'll also need to decide what will you work on. Shooting, editing, looking for inspiration, watching tutorials, and so on. What I suggest you for the first, let's say, month, I would dig into your hard drives and find images that are already there and edit, export and upload those, let's say 100, 200 or maybe 500 images. And there are few good reasons for that. First one is that you can actually make some money from those photos, but I don't think that's the most important reason. More important than that is that you'll learn a lot from uploading all those photos, especially from rejections. If you're like me, or probably around 80% of people, you won't go through all those rules and legal guidelines, what's okay to upload and what's not. Although I strongly advise you to do that, because you can learn a lot just from those guidelines. But even if you do read all that, you will still have to face some rejections, especially in the beginning. And of course, it's much better to learn all that with images that you already have than create new content with problematic elements and get images rejected for that. And that's why in the beginning you want to upload your old images. After uploading your old images, I would move to actually creating new content. And if you want to be successful, you want to shoot lifestyle content, so content with people. I will not talk about why lifestyle content sells better in this video, but if you want to know, I have another video where I explained that a little bit more in detail, and of course I'll link it up here and down in description. At the beginning you obviously don't want to invest a lot of money into it, especially because you're still learning, so to keep things on a budget you can ask your friends and family to be your models. And you can do it outdoors or at home, so you also don't have to pay for a location. I suggest you start with some simple shoots, maybe people with technology, people hanging out and similar stuff. So maybe 2 or 3 models in the beginning, and that's especially useful if you don't have much experience with those kind of photo shoots. So you'll slowly learn how to shoot this kind of content, directing models and all that. But even with these simple ones, try to create a shoot plan in advance and write down at least some ideas or scenarios that you want to do. Also, try to find some images for inspiration and add them to your shoot plan. I'm not very good at that, and especially for simple shoots I often skip doing a shoot plan, but if you get used to doing that, it will help you a lot with bigger projects later. And one more thing that I recommend you to do, at least in the beginning of every month, is to plan how many shoots you will do this month and how many images will you upload. That way you'll have a goal in mind and you'll push yourself more to reach that goal. From my experience, I'm more productive when I have a goal, and even if I don't reach it in the end. But I do a lot more than I would without a plan. Let me know down in the comments what are your plans, how many images you want to upload this month, next month or this year. After shooting your friends and family, maybe you can find models in local modeling Facebook groups or sites like Model Mayhem, for example. You can definitely find models that are willing to work for free in exchange for some images. Usually those are the people that are just starting out and need images for their portfolio, and that way you don't have to spend your money on models in the beginning. But probably those models won't need images of them working in the office or hanging out with other people, so maybe you can do a part of the shoot for them and they can tell you what kind of images they want, and the other part you can do it your way. Another thing that you can do for free is to walk around your neighborhood, find some small businesses and ask them if they need images for their business. You can create some images for them in exchange for signed model and property releases. So you'll both get images for free, so it's a win-win situation. And there are a lot of small businesses that are not willing to put money into hiring a photographer, especially if they're just starting out with their business. So they will be very happy with this kind of compensation. So after a few months of working, I think you'll start to earn some money with your images, and what I suggest is to invest all that money back into your business. And also, after seeing some sales and seeing that you can make some money from that, if you can, it's a good idea to invest some more money into the business. For buying new equipment, lights, buying some clothes, props, hiring different models, more models, locations and similar. And what you want to do when hiring paid models is to find actors, not fashion models. Because a lot of times fashion models won't be able to show a wide range of emotions. Meanwhile, most actors are capable of showing a lot of different emotions. And I'm not saying that fashion models are bad, but if you're searching on a modeling agency, find people who are smiling in at least some of their images. That way you can see how they look with a smile, because you will need happy, smiling people for stock photos. And I think that's enough information for you to start, but let me give you a bonus tip which can help you a lot. And that is, don't do everything by yourself. Find people in your area who are also stock photographers, or people who are like you and want to be stock photographers, and work together with them. For example, I pretty much always plan shoots together with other people, usually with my brother and often also with 2 or 3 other photographers. And there are numerous benefits of that. First one is that you can learn a lot from each other, even if you're both beginners. Second thing, you will encourage each other and also compete with each other about how many images you uploaded, how much you earned and similar stuff. Third benefit, together you have more resources. So maybe you have an uncle who runs a barber shop and your friend has a wife who's a dentist or something, and you can turn all those locations and jobs into stock photos. Or you can gather your 2 families and shoot an outdoor picnic scene. Fourth thing, it's much cheaper when you split expenses for the shoot, especially when you're paying for models and location. So, for example, if you're 4 photographers, paying $250 for a shoot instead of $1,000 for a shoot is quite a difference, don't you think? And fifth benefit, you'll share ideas on the shoot. So more people will have more ideas, and usually that's great, especially in the beginning when you don't know exactly what to do, what to shoot, how to direct models and so on. There's probably more to that, but I think that's it for now. Let me know, what's your opinion about stock photography? Will you give it a shot? have you learned anything new today? And if you want to learn more about stock photography, click on this playlist right here. And also, if you stayed this long, I think you really should press that like button because it helps a lot. And also don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video.